Welcome to part 4 of our laundry room makeover. Jess and I have been at it for several months with this room, and we are in the home stretch. Today we're building wood tops to finish that built-in look for the washer and the dryer. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. Welcome to our never-ending laundry room makeover series. This is my life. And if you're new to this channel, or you're just now clicking on this video, we've been working on a laundry room for several months now, just in our free time, and just trying to make it more functional and better. Between last video and this video, I worked on the doors a little bit more. Got the top door finished up. We still have this door right here that we've got to finish. In this video, we're gonna work on building a top for the dryer and the washer. So I probably have less than an hour. I have less than an hour now to actually work on this. That's totally fine. So we're gonna work on it for just a little bit and let's just get started. Now I've got to take some measurements. So we've got one of two options here. We can go with a Old Faithful here, or we can use this digital laser, super awesome laser measurer. We're gonna use this. This is by Sigmund. I'll link this down in the description box below. We've been using this a lot recently, especially on the job site. It makes measuring rooms for customers so much quicker and so much more accurate than using this. This is great, don't get me wrong. I use this all the time with measuring material to cut, but when it comes to specific and detailed room measurements or space like this, something like this is gonna work a lot better. Again, I'm gonna take a couple minutes to measure this. I'll link this in the description box below if you wanna check this out. Oh, also it's apparently magnetic. I didn't even know that. What the heck? All right, folks, the measurements are in, and here is a poorly sketched version of what this thing's gonna look like. So we got 27 and 5/16 there, 26 and 1/4 there, and then the length of the back wall is 48 3/4, and then 48 and a half inch. So, and then just a little over an inch in our depths on both sides. Well, I've got a confession to make. I ended up not working on it very much at all that evening, and it's been a few days. But that's okay because Jess is here and she's gonna help me. We're gonna work on this. Jess has joined us, finally.
Head designer number 1 here. So what problems are we talking about here?
Not necessarily problems, just complications. So we've got two things working against us. Thing number 1 is none of this is square. Thing number 2 is we've got a door casing and a window casing. If we want this to look built in and fitted, we gotta figure that out. I've already got my measurements as to the width and the depth. I will say this, what we are gonna do is use some of this material. This is just some scrap poplar that we have, and we're going to attach it like so. So this will be a base that the top sits on. So it'll be on this wall, and then here on the window casing, that wall, and then this wall. And so then the top will sit on top of that. But I think I might have an idea as to how to cut everything down and be like...
Someone's a perfectionist.
Just like...
I have another idea. We could start over here. Because we're not gonna have those problems over there. What was that? You don't like my ideas, do you?
Alright.
Okay, we're gonna go figure this out.
Alright, so real quick what I did is I just went through with the digital measurer and just took measurements of all of those sections, and I've got my cut list here. So we're gonna go cut these and then just try to see if they fit, see what adjustments need to be made, and then we'll install them. What's the longest cut on that list that's circled?
31 and 1/16.
Is that the top one?
Yes, no, the middle. Stop. Put your hands back how you just had them and look at me. Now look at what you're doing. Not that far down. Yeah.
Jess out here killing it on our social media. Okay, so that first cut, 23 and 3/8, doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Just has to be in that ballpark.
You want to get your ear protection on?
No, that looks so goofy in these.
I think you look cute.
Alright, what's the next cut? 31 we're not gonna do 31. And then 26. Same thing, does not have to be that exact number.
I did it. Let me do these.
Show
These
the
are
camera.
easy. Wow. I feel like I'm in like grade school showing off my show and tell. So this is what I brought. I brought my piece of wood. It's for the class to see. All right, let's cut this next one.
We're gonna start with this piece right here up against the window casing, just to give us a reference for the height of this. Because over here I don't have enough, I don't have a good reference because there's nothing under it because there's this gap. So we're gonna do that first. That's what we got it set, and then we can set this one and level it to this piece. There we go, folks. I don't know where the stud is, y'all. I gotta find a stud. Well, there's one right there. And then I tell you what, just for the heck of it, we're gonna add a trim screw to the back of this. Let's see what we can do. There we go. All right. There. Dropped a piece of wood down here in Jess's tiny little arms. Are gonna save the day. Yay! Okay, so we have our base all set and screwed into the studs, except for that one. That one's not screwed into a stud, but that'll be fine.
What do we do now? Do we do the other side, or do we cut this, or do we call it a night and go get food?
That.
Okay, we're calling it a night. There's a game on. So maybe we are lazy, as Justin said. Excuse me. Don't put that in.
I'm gonna go get some plywood. Yeah, if you watched our last video where we did the cubbies, we just got this plywood carrier, and this is maple. Maple is really heavy. Still, this thing makes transporting the plywood individually so much easier. About 20 or so minutes later, I finally got all my marks down. This is going to be the door casing, 3.5 inches in, and then 3/4 of an inch here, and then approximately 23 7/16 to this mark right here, and then all the way across the window casing to this point, and then again 3/4 of an inch, and then 17 3/4 to here, and then from that point 48 7/8 to here. I'm sorry, 48 is wildly wrong. 27 7/16 approximately from there to this corner here. Okay, so I got it in. I got everything cut. Took about 20 times to get this thing cut down to size, but here it is. Everything over here is pretty good. I do have a slight gap, but that's okay. It's pretty nice and tight up to about this point. And then what the heck happened here? I don't quite know. I measured 17.5 and somehow I went down to 17 3/16. But over here, we're looking pretty good. So it's really just that little corner and then this section back here. I will say I also gave it a little bit of a 20-degree bevel around the sides just so it would fit a little bit more snug and a little bit better. and that definitely helped giving it that nice bevel. So now the next thing is to create a face frame for this. Let's go cut that. We have the front piece all cut, mitered, and glued up. We have to let that dry overnight. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and tackle the washer side. Okay guys, we got it in. Yay! That's exactly what I wanted. This one was a little bit easier, but I was able to trim everything down incrementally just so that it was a nice, clean fit. It's not perfect, as you can see, there are small gaps. I was hoping that going with that 20-degree back bevel was gonna help that, but it did not. Well, good morning guys. It's a new day, and the top for our dryer side, the glue up has dried, except for this front piece here, and it looks great. It fits really nicely in here, other than the back side there. So Jess wants kind of this like light oak stain color. Weathered oak is a really good stain color, and it definitely is mixed with a warmer tone or like an orangey tone, can lighten things up without it being too golden or too yellow. And that's kind of what this is right here. I did a little bit of weathered oak, and then on top of that I did golden oak. I need to fill some holes here. So a little trick is I take out the dust bag from the dust extractor, and then I take out all of the dust particles. And then I'll put them over the hole, or I'll pick a section and I'll add a little bit of wood glue to it. Just like that. And this makes for a good wood putty that is close to the same color or tone as to the wood as possible. Another thing real quick, this is the Festool ETS EC125. This is the 5-inch sander, and we've had this since October of 2022, and it's done really well. We really like it. So this is the sander that we use on a regular basis. We'll link it down in the description box below. You're on camera.
Wasn't prepared for this today, y'all.
Jess has to give the seal of approval.
I do.
Let's go.
I am a picky person. Oh, so it's been stained already.
It has been stained already, yes.
Okay. I approve.
You approve?
I actually
like
approve. I
Awesome.
do. I do. I wasn't expecting to like it. I was worried. I was worried when I came out, and I was like, oh, he's already done it. I have to like it now. I'm just saying it for the video. Kidding. No, I really do like it. This is what I had envisioned next to the green. Chef's kiss.
Awesome.
Good job. Proud of you.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Jess loves it. She's very happy, very excited. Loves how it looks, loves how it turned out. So we've got the green light to go ahead and put a finish on it. We're going to be using General Finishes high performance satin water-based top coat. Jess last night was like, "Where's our paper towels?" I don't know. I don't have them. What, me? It's got this like milky color to it, which is very similar to Minwax's acrylic finish, which we have some of that, and we have used that on some projects in the past. It's got this like bluish, milky color. This is the first time that we're using this top coat, so I'm interested in seeing how it kind of turns out, because we might be able to use it on a few future projects that are coming up here for other clients. While the other piece is drying, this one should be dried from the glue up, and this is kind of our glue up situation, all of our clamps. So let's go ahead and get this one prepped for sanding and staining. All right, it's been a couple of hours since this first coat went on. The last step in the process is to hit it with like 400 grit sandpaper. Somewhere between 200 to 400 in that range is totally fine, maybe even less. This is all I have. So we're gonna hit it with that, and then we'll do another coat, and then we gotta put our first coat on the other piece. Well, that's it. They are in. These things look really good. They turned out really nicely. I had to let this one dry overnight, so it's morning, early morning right now. Feels good, looks good. Both sides sit almost perfectly. The only thing left to do, and I'll do this later, I just have to notch out a little section over here for the cord. Yeah, I'm super pleased and happy with how these turned out. They look spectacular. They fit really well. Just overall, I give it a 9 out of 10. Okay guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you are just now tuning into this channel or this video, we've got the whole series linked in the description box below. You can watch everything that we've done up to this point. We are almost done. In part 5, we will be installing some floating shelves and possibly painting the walls, adding some decor. We're gonna wrap this project up. Until then, if you can just hit that like button and subscribe button if you're new, it really helps us out, helps get us in the algorithm, helps more people just like you that enjoy this content see this content. Other than that, I'm gonna go finish editing this video right now and post it today so you can be enjoying it, and we'll see you in the next project.